So Ron, you've been working on a rail car system. Could you give me a little bit of an overview on that project?
Yeah, we were asked to design the hydraulics and the controls and fabricate and install a whole system on a rail car that's used to remove a door off a silo in a coal processing plant.
What makes this particular project special or unique?
They had asked us originally to come in and just quote on the power unit, and we were able to educate them in the fact that we could also handle the controls as well as the installation, which obviously was a huge benefit to them.
What was the goal or the long-term benefit to the customer here?
The long-term benefit to the customer was the fact that not only could we design and fabricate the hydraulics and the electrical controls, but we also could do the installation all the way up to the final factory acceptance test.
What was the most innovative element of the project?
The end customer had a long list of improvements they wanted to the car over their existing cars. We were able to incorporate most of those additions.
And what was the customer's feedback when you had the first rail car system installed with the fabricators?
They were extremely happy with it. Their past experience with other vendors, they had had a lot of trouble with the installation to the point where they actually had to make changes at their own customer's facility. On these rail cars, not only was our customer happy, but their end customer was happy with the results.
Great. What made RG Group particularly suited for this project?
Once again, the customer was just so happy to have one vendor to deal with for the hydraulics, the electrical, the installation, and the end testing.
What was unique about the control aspects of this project?
Well, from a control standpoint, the operation is a pretty straightforward concept in that there's a pendant that is used with push buttons to operate the system. Throughout the project, there were some interesting coordination efforts that were required to make sure that all the electrical pieces that were provided by us and others, that were all going to fit together.
And it's kind of unique too, because actually the pendant, the operator actually walks alongside this huge rail car and uses this pendant to do all of the functions that the car needs to do.
We're extremely excited about this project. I believe it really shows how we help customers in a wide variety of ways. This power generation system is a great example of what we can do for a customer by incorporating design, manufacturing, and installation services. We had the ability to really reduce the complexity for our customer by taking responsibility for the entire hydraulic scope of the project. In this instance, we actually were the single source solution, providing initial product selection, design, and then going forward to provide the detailed design and the 3D modeling, ultimately combining the mechanical and control expertise that we think really simplifies the customer's requirements. So it allowed them to save their internal resources for other aspects of the project scope. Fewer vendors lead to a faster and much more effective total solution. Our approach allows the customer to focus on their expertise and allows us to provide our true value in simplifying their scope by outsourcing the key technical mechanicals and controls. In this role, we act as an extension of the customer's business model for a finite timeline.